Still watching The Lead, and I'm Fundo Mabalani. Now it's day 2 of the Intra-African Trade Fair in Durban. The focus is on integrating African manufacturers into regional and global value chains. Mawande Kheswa is there and joins us now. Mawande, thank you for joining us again. When it comes to areas or industries of focus, which ones have been the main focus this time around?
The industries that are in the forefront that the most focus is being put on is the agriculture industry, as well as the automotive industry, as well as manufacturing industry. Those are what I've identified as the 3 main industries that the most focus is being put on. And yesterday, during the address of the various heads of state, those industries were touched upon, particularly the automotive industry. President Cyril Ramaphosa also touched on the fintech industry, where it shows that as far as fintech is concerned, Africa has the majority of adoption in terms of those technologies, even making an example of M-Pesa, where you're able to send money to various people in various African countries. So we've seen the emergence of various offerings of that nature. When it comes to manufacturing, the focus is on really ensuring and solidifying Africa's role within the manufacturing sector to grow, develop, and regain the ground that has been lost. Once upon a time, South Africa did have quite a strong manufacturing industry, particularly within the textiles, and over time that has really gone down in terms of the power that we had, the capacity that we had. Most of the time, things are imported from China and used all over Africa. And that has indeed caused an issue for these industries that we have. When you look at the automotive industry, there are role players. For example, Nigeria, there are role players within the automotive industry. So really it is a point of focus where there will be discussions, a panel of discussions focusing and zoning in on those industries.
No, it sounds very impressive. Hopefully DTI will also assist with some of their initiatives around black industrialists. Hopefully we'll have more of those. But then what are we expecting for the rest of the week?
Well, for the rest of the week, we're expecting strategies and implementation to be discussed to the various challenges, the various topics of discussions. For an example, when we look at the automotive industry has high barriers to entry, particularly in the way of the cost of entry. And that is what deters many people. So they're going to look at the costs associated to entering the automotive industry, having production lines and so forth. How can we go about identifying the process in itself, and then how can it be augmented to allow countries such as South Africa to be role players, and countries that are yet to really set foot and play a part and play a role in that industry. When you look at agriculture, agri-processing, we do produce, but in most cases we produce what we don't consume and consume that which we don't produce. And agri-processing is something that's going to be discussed in detail as to how do we bridge that gap to ensure that that which we produce we also consume. Because if we produce, export, and then import a finished product from our raw materials, if that continues, then the Intra-African Trade Fair isn't going to have the impact that it's sought to have. So those are some of the key things that we can look forward to moving forward.
No, it's a very interesting conversation that's about to take place. They're interested particularly on the automobile industry, because it is a capital-intensive industry that automatically blocks a number of people. So it will be interesting to hear how they'll assist many to come into this space. But thank you very much. That's our reporter Mawande Kheswa at the Intra-Trade event that's taking place today.